If you're stuck with a starter Capital One credit card that has no perks, in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to upgrade or product change your Capital One credit card without harming your credit. In fact, all of the steps that I will be sharing with you in this video will help you maintain your credit history and open doors for a better credit card with more benefits. So let's get into it. A lot of people get into the credit card space with Capital One. Not only that they're very beginner friendly, but they're also great for those with fair to good credit. This means that if you're on your credit building journey or even rebuilding your credit, Capital One is one of those few credit card issuers that don't only look for excellent credit. If you ever try to apply for a Chase or American Express card, they typically want you to have a very good credit score. Usually something at least 680 and above. But even with Capital One, if your credit score is in the lower 600s or even upper 500s, it is possible for you to get approved for one of their entry-level credit cards. Now the thing is that when people start building or rebuilding their credit, the credit card options that Capital One gives you are generally really not all that great, which I understand because these cards are mainly there for you to help build credit. So they may not have any perks or benefits, and some of them may have an annual fee or a low annual fee. But either way, having a Capital One credit card can be extremely beneficial since you are building a relationship with them. So having a relationship with any major credit card issuer is always a plus because those are the companies that have the most credit cards out there on the market, and usually they are the best ones. So this is going to be a 3-part video where I go over what to do prior to upgrading or doing a product change, the complete process of how to do this, and the credit cards that you should consider upgrading to. So first off, let's talk about what to consider prior to doing a product change or upgrading your card. So the first thing that you want to make sure is to have no balances on any of your Capital One credit cards, especially the one that you are planning to upgrade from. Now, this is not a hard rule, but it can definitely give you better chances of getting an upgrade. Now, the next thing to keep in mind is that whenever you do an upgrade or a product change, it's exactly what it sounds like. You're gonna be keeping the exact same credit card number and credit history. Not only does it make it simpler to manage your credit card, but if you have any subscriptions tied to a specific credit card number, it will most likely remain the same. The only thing that I must mention is that your security code or your expiration date may change, but your account number should stay exactly the same. Also, your history will be attached to the new credit card. So if you build a solid 2, 3, 5, or even a 10-year history on a specific Capital One credit card, you really don't want to have that going to waste by canceling it. So why not keep that history going and growing, but just with a better credit card that gives you better rewards and benefits. A lot of people out there usually get tired of their useless Capital One credit card since it does not offer any benefits or cash back, and they just flat out cancel it. Now, whenever you cancel any type of card, positive credit information will remain on your credit report for up to 10 years, but it will just stop growing. This means that after those 10 years, that credit card will no longer be reflected on your credit report. I always recommend that people never close their credit cards unless there is an annual fee and there is no other downgrade options. If there is no annual fee, you might as well just keep it open and just put a small transaction on it every single year just to prevent it from automatically closing. This can further benefit your credit score. Another reason why I would not recommend closing a credit card is that you can reduce your credit utilization across all of your accounts, thus decreasing your credit score when this happens. Now let's go over part 2 of this video where we will discuss exactly how to request an upgrade or a product change. The easiest way to do this is by using the link down in the description. This is an actual Capital One link, not sponsored by anyone else, and I'm not getting commission for this at all or anything. This is the only link that I know that allows you to sign into your account and see which options are available to you. So once you log in, it will ask you which credit card that you want to upgrade if you have more than one. So once you click on that account, you'll be offered a bunch of options for cards that you would be eligible for. Now, it is possible whenever you click on your account, nothing pops up and there are no upgrades available. If this happens to you, you would just have to wait and try again later at another time. I recommend doing this every 6 months, possibly up to a year, but it doesn't hurt to check this link every month to see if there is an upgrade available. Also, one thing to make note of is that the lower your credit card level, meaning that the more entry level it is, the more upgrade opportunities that you will get. If you have a higher level card like a Capital One Venture card, then you may be limited to the different type of credit card options. So depending on your spending habits and your lifestyle, this really dictates which card that you should pick. At minimum, I would recommend picking up a card that gives you some sort of cash back or rewards. If your current card doesn't offer any of these, then this is a huge step up. So let's quickly go over some of the pros and cons of upgrading your credit card. First, the biggest pro is that you can get better cash back. For instance, you can earn up to 3% on eligible purchases with the Capital One Save Your One rewards card. Now, if you're a traveler, you can definitely pick up a credit card that gives you better travel reward benefits. Plus, you can get a card that has no foreign transaction fees, which is extremely handy if you travel abroad. Now, let's go over some cons. Probably the biggest con when it comes to upgrading is that you generally won't be offered a spending bonus whenever you upgrade. For instance, if you were to apply for a new credit card, they usually offer some sort of bonus, either cash or miles, after you spend a certain amount of money. If you decide to upgrade your card, then you would forfeit this opportunity. On top of that, if there's any credit cards that offer 0% APR for the first few months, then you would also lose this bonus. Another thing to think about is that depending on the card that you are going after, or whatever offer is available for you, you may have to pay an annual fee. On the other hand, if you already pay an annual fee, this could be an opportunity for you to avoid it and pick up another card that doesn't have one. When it comes to which card to upgrade to, at a minimum, here are a few that you should consider. I suggest taking a look at the Quicksilver Rewards and the SaverOne Rewards credit card. These are both great credit cards that you can keep in your wallet every single day. The Quicksilver is a great card that gives you unlimited 1.5% cash back on purchases, while the SaverOne gives you 3% cash back on specific categories such as dining, entertainment, streaming services, and groceries. Both of these credit cards also have no annual fees. I think that these are two solid options if you are looking to upgrade. If you are looking for something that offers more travel benefits, then I consider taking a look at the Venture One Rewards credit card. This is a travel-specific credit card that has no annual fees, plus you can earn 1.25 miles per dollar spent. Now, when it comes to credit cards with annual fees, such as the Venture Rewards, I honestly would hold off on upgrading. Since the welcome bonus on this credit card is usually pretty good, rather than doing a product change or an upgrade, I would just highly suggest you just applying for it whenever you are pre-qualified or eligible. Because without a welcome offer, you're gonna be missing out on a lot of miles. Now, if you've been a Capital One member for quite some time, but your credit isn't quite there yet, check out these videos over here to get your credit back on track and give you the best odds of getting your next credit card.